guys, welcome back to Seeking Simple. My name is Rihanna and it is finally feeling like spring here in Central Oregon. It's mid-March and it's like maybe 60 degrees, but it's amazing and I have been itching to get into the garden. I am not an experienced gardener at all, but I want to show you guys how I am building my hoop houses. I guess they're probably not hoop houses. I don't know what they're technically called because they're small. They're not the big, huge things. But one thing to note is this is not how to build a hoop house. This is how I did it. And we are on version 3.0 right now. And I think that this one is actually working. So we're just gonna go ahead and show you guys how I did this because it really has been easy, especially now that I've figured a couple things out. So we are just going to use some light PVC. This is 3/8 inch, and so it's nice and flexible so we can make those hoops. I've got a drill with a spade bit that's the same width as my PVC, 5/8. Staple gun, zip ties, a drill with a bit that is the same diameter as the zip ties approximately, and the plastic, the clear plastic to put on the top. I did not bother with the UV blocking food grade plastic, all that jazz. I just used regular painter's plastic. I went around and around and around with myself about what kind of plastic to use, and ultimately I decided that plants usually grow in the sun, so they probably need the UV rays to some extent, and that's just my own logic, and everybody has their own opinions, so go ahead and make your own. But let's get started. So I am doing two different versions here. I'm doing a couple of them inside a raised bed, and then I'm doing this bigger one with 2x4s as the base. So for the one with the 2x4s, I went ahead and drilled holes in the 2x4s to hold up those PVC pipes. And that's where it's important to have the spade bit that's the same diameter. I had one that was 7/8, so it was a little bit bigger, and they just flopped around all over the place and fell over. So I went down a size so that they fit nice and snug in there. You really have to make sure that it gets in there just right. But once it is in, it's nice and sturdy. Over here though, I'm just using the sides of the raised bed to give me the structure that I need. So I'm just gonna jam these down into the ground here. So now we're gonna put this one across the top to give us just a little bit of added structure. And we're gonna use that spade bit again to cut notches so that they sit down nicely on top of the hoops. We're gonna drill holes in the top of the arches through those notches and zip tie everything together. Going up from the bottom instead of down from the top means that these tails will be poking down when we're done, oops, this way, rather than up and into our plastic. I've got this stapled down on the other side, and then on this side I'm just keeping it down with a bunch of rocks so that when the weather is warm, it's easy to roll this back and get some airflow in there so we don't completely cook our little baby asparagus. It's so windy. It has been very windy recently, and we are already into April now, April 1st. But I need to get this done, and I've been putting it off so that it wouldn't be windy and I could make a video. But you might just end up with some voiceover. So I got a roll of this 10 by 50 foot plastic, which means the short end is long enough to cover lengthwise on mine. So I'm just going to drape it over. It'll be nice and easy to measure. I'm going to let it go all the way to the ground so that again I can use the rocks to hold it down on this side, and it'll be easy to roll up and down. It means I'll be using a little bit more than I really need to, but I want to have the ability to roll it back, and I have plenty here. So there you go. That is how I built my hoop houses with very little experience, skills, tools, anything fancy. Just me in the backyard with a pile of rocks. This is the 4th version that I built, so hopefully by now I've learned a few things that you won't have to figure out on your own. Even just little things like lowering the hoop to make sure that your plastic will fit over it all the way. Oh, I just threw the dog's ball over the fence, so I'm gonna have to go get that. Good luck with your gardening and your life, and I will see you next time.